How are you this week? Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say. But that's okay. We're back. And we will keep being back for a while. Normally, this would have been our last night of Awana. But we're going to keep bringing you Awana so that you have something to do and you can keep learning about all this fun stuff we teach you. As you notice, we have some extra things up here. And if you watched our video last week, you saw that even having a music stand back here was not safe for me, since I hit my elbow on it. So we're going to see if I knock anything over. Okay. So, I'm going to show you we'll do this first. So, you'll see we have a long thing up here. But where we're talking about today, if you look here, it comes from the book of Hebrews, and here's our red bookmark. And so we are toward the end of the Bible here. So this is after Jesus has died and been resurrected. So we're going to get back to that in a second. But I have a story to tell you that I'm getting ready to run a race. Now, races all over are postponed or canceled because of COVID. But I decided I'm just going to run a race on my own. They call those virtual races. Any parents out there know what I'm talking about? I'm not going to see. Do you know what? Have you heard of those, Tammy? Like, you just run the race on your own wherever you are. And a lot of times they still even send you a medal. So I'm going to run this race. But I need to get my stuff. So I have this bag. I have change of clothes because that's important. Food. Duh. You have to refuel. Right, Tammy, on long races, you have to refuel.
Yeah, definitely.
And like when I did my half Ironman, I had to, like, some people were changing clothes during it, so that. And then, of course, this is just essentials.
Okay.
Like sunscreen.
That's a lot of stuff.
Well, and then I have one more thing, because you need to stretch. And I remember that sometimes when you sit down to stretch, there can be things on the ground. So I'm bringing my yoga mat.
Like ants?
Like fire ants. And I've heard they hurt a lot. So I'm ready to go and run my race. And I think the race that I signed up for is like 9 miles. So I'm just going to go and I'm going to run with all of my stuff and I'll be ready for my race. Stop and think about this for a second. Does it make any sense to carry all of this stuff with me if I am planning on going to run a race that is 9 miles? What do you think, Tammy?
I think that's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough. This is going to be really heavy. It's going to make me tired a lot sooner, and it's just going to weigh me down and make me go slower. So if I'm going to go run a race, I'm going to take as little with me as I absolutely need to take. So when I run races, and I'm putting this down, I'm not really going to go run a race with all of this stuff. There are people who do that, and that's awesome for you. I'm not one of them. So when I actually run a race, I really take as little with me as I need to. And what's really cool, when you run really long races, they actually put things on the course for you so that you have it with you, or you don't have to carry it with you, but it's there when you need it. And so keep that in mind as we look at our Bible verse and our Bible story for today. So remember, we are in the book of Hebrews. And so this is called, this is one of the most, this comes right after one of the most famous parts of the Bible. One of the most famous passages. And we're talking about a huge cloud of witnesses. And so let's look at what that means, because it just seems, see, I just about fell over backward down the steps. So, our passage today says a huge cloud of witnesses is all around us. So let us throw off everything that stands in our way. Let us throw off any sin that holds on to us so tightly. And let us keep on running the race marked out for us. And that is out of Hebrews chapter 12. But if you go back to Hebrews chapter 11, just one chapter before, it tells us who this huge cloud of witnesses is. Like, I'm a little afraid to stand on this. Not that I'm going to fall. Okay, it's not going to tip over. I was afraid I was going to tip over the whiteboard. And so it goes through and it lists all these people. And so let's just look at these people that are back there. And it's Abel, Enoch, Noah, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, Moses, Rahab, Gideon, Barak, or Barak. I'm not really sure. Like, I know Barack Obama pronounces it Barak. I'm not sure how it's pronounced in the Bible. Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and the prophets. And look at all of those people that the Bible tells us are sitting there in our huge cloud of witnesses. And that's just in the Old Testament. That's only in the first part of the Bible. It doesn't even talk about anybody that's after. Think about all those people who are in that huge cloud of witnesses. And now think about your family that might be in heaven that's watching, or people you know. And so this gets a little confusing with what are these people doing. So we talk in Awana about there are different translations of the Bible. All means the same thing, but it uses different words. So I loved this idea. So what we're talking about today is running the race. And that's just living your life and trying to be as much like Jesus as you can. That's our race. And we don't want to carry extra things with us. So if you're carrying something that you're not supposed to be doing that would make Jesus sad, that's going to make you slow down. And so our Bible verse says, throw that off. So if I am making fun of other people, does that make me more like Jesus or less like Jesus? Yep, less like Jesus. So our Bible passage today says, get rid of it. That's not going to help you run your race. That's not going to help you be more like Jesus. And so what this huge cloud of witnesses, what all of these people are doing are, listen to this. They are cheering us on. I love that idea. Because when you're running a race, in a big race, like the streets sometimes are lined with people just cheering for you. Have you ever thought about the fact that all of these people that are in heaven right now are cheering you on? I think that's pretty awesome. And I can add all sorts of people to this list that I know are just sitting back there cheering for me, wanting me to be more like Jesus. Because the more like Jesus I am, the better my life is. And the better the world is. So we have this huge cloud of witnesses. And if you want to, you or your parents can comment, and I can give you the passages where you can see about all of these people if you want to learn more about them. Or I told Abby, we're going to look at this. The reason why I have out my old Bible here is, so we said that where it talks about all of these people is in the chapter before in Hebrews 11. And if you come here, this is such an important part of the Bible to learn. You can see here, I kind of took a lot of notes here. And so it starts here. And I circled every time, and it was by faith that all of these people became who we should want to be like. And then we come here, and it's just a lot of fun to get in there and learn about all of these people. And these are the people that have their faith has made them like Jesus. And we want to be like them, and they're cheering for us. So let's look at this again. So it says a huge cloud of witnesses is all around us. Remember, they're there, they're cheering us on. So let us throw off everything that stands in our way. Let us throw off any sin that holds on to us so tightly. And let us keep on running the race marked out for us. That's a lot of words. How many of you were a little nervous when I said that this is your Bible verse for the week? Would you be able to memorize this, Tammy?
No.
You know who else couldn't memorize this? Me. So I have another marker here. And so I'm going to mark, this is really getting dangerous here. I did not practice this, so let's just pray that I left enough room between the table and the board. All right, so this is oh my goodness gracious, this marker, Tammy, come look at this. It just exploded and it threw. And there's blue all over this table now.
I'm just glad it wasn't like a permanent marker.
But okay, Okay, but look at this. It's kind of cool because it went here and it did that. So now if I just do that, look at that. I made a cross.
Wow.
I don't know what's dripping down here. And so the only part that I want you to work on memorizing is this. And let us keep on running the race marked out for us. It's all over my hand too.
Oh no. Poor Jen.
It's all right. I'm pretty sure God has a plan for this. I don't know what it is. But, and let us keep on running the race marked out for us. That's what I want you to memorize, because that's what I really want you to focus on, is that we are going to keep on running toward Jesus. We're going to keep our eyes on him and keep running so that we can be more like him. All right? Now I'm going to slowly slide back. And try to avoid any other disaster right now.
There's Asbury. All right, guys. Well, I have a really fun science experiment to further demonstrate Jen's Bible verse for today to help you kind of remember it. So today we're going to learn about fulcrum. And that's kind of a weird word, but for today's project, you just need a pencil and a craft stick or a popsicle stick.
That's a good excuse to eat a popsicle.
Right, isn't it? I mean, do you ever need an excuse?
No, popsicles are delicious.
Yeah. And then like cereal, like Cheerios, I happen to just have some goldfish with me today. So I'm just using the goldfish. And what we're gonna do is you're going to put the pencil down and then put the popsicle stick kind of like this on the ground so it makes a cross. Yeah. All right. So the part where the pencil touches the popsicle stick, that is called the fulcrum. So we're going to mark that, and I'm going to use a blue marker, and I'll tell you why. So I'm going to put my goldfish on the end of it like this, and then we get to do a really fun thing. We're going to take our finger, and we're going to push it on the ground, and we're going to see how far our goldfish or Cheerio or whatever you happen to be using goes.
We're going to try to feed Asbury.
Yeah, we're going to try. So it didn't really go far, so I'm going to use a piece of tape, and I'm going to mark it with an X to remember, okay, with the fulcrum there, that's where our goldfish went. So now I'm going to move the popsicle stick, and I'm going to move it a little bit in a different way, and I'm going to use a different color, purple, to help me remember that this is a different place. So I've moved the fulcrum down the popsicle stick. Now I'm going to use my goldfish and put it here. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to push it down on the end of the popsicle stick, and let's see what happens. Whoa!
Dude, that went high.
That went really high, but I think
it hit like about here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to mark it there with my purple. All right, so now let's see what happens. We're going to move it in the other direction, and we're going to see what happens. So when I went this way, it went pretty far. It almost got to Asbury.
He was getting excited.
In the middle, it only went right here. So if I use a different location for my fulcrum, what's going to happen? What do you think? Is it going to go even further, or is it going to go less far? I'm going to put it here and see what happens. I'm going to guess that it's not going to go very far.
I don't think so either.
Either do I. In fact,
you're having a hard time.
There we go. There. I'm going to move that fulcrum this way because I can't even find a place to.
And that's the good thing about this. There's no wrong way to do this, is there?
It's an experiment.
I could even do it.
Right. Okay, so we're going to push it and see what happens. Oh no, it didn't really.
Backward.
Yeah, it kind of didn't even move at all. Let's try that again. Nope, didn't move. So the position of the fulcrum really changes the way that whatever you have on it, the Cheerio or goldfish, it changes how far it moves forward. So I bet if we move the fulcrum even further, let's see what happens. I bet it's gonna go far. It's gonna make it. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
It would have, but it was just
I
tilted a little
I
too.
had bad aim. Are you still okay?
Okay.
Oh, you were trying to get it on there. Awesome.
What if you like slid it back the whole pencil back?
Oh, there
Do
we
you
go.
think we could get it to Asbury?
Let's try.
He's so
Oh,
hungry.
wrong end. Okay, I'm gonna position it right there, the fulcrum. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, hit it! Got it!
He got a snack. So this science experiment,
There
the one thing that sticks out from our Bible verse today is throw off. And when I think about this and throwing the goldfish, it makes me think of the things that are displeasing to Jesus. And what are some things that we need to throw off to make sure that we're more like Jesus? Is it jealousy? Is it maybe teasing our friends when we don't need to? Those are all things we need to get rid of so we can be more like Jesus and make him happy.
Here's one that sometimes you guys forget and we remind you, but listening to your parents is in this one too, because it doesn't make Jesus happy when you don't listen to your parents.
Yeah, so as you're doing this, think of things that you can throw off to be more like Jesus.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. We had some excitement today. We fed Asbury.
Yeah, I was going to try it again.
Oh, okay, we're going to try it again. This is like a lot of fun.
This
We
is
can
a
just
lot
do
of
this
fun.
all day.
And make sure you pick things up after you do this. Your parents will be happier.
Oh! Yeah! It worked!
He got it. All right, we're having fun.
We are. Guys, we just miss you so much, but we will keep doing these videos for you. Again, if you comment in the section below that you watched, you will get your point for Awana for the week. We had someone do that last week, so have a great week. Enjoy the weather. We love you all. Bye.